right, what's up everyone? So, gonna train some back. It's gonna be back, a little bit of rear delts at the end. We're gonna slam in some abs too. So this is my off-season workout. So basically we're just gonna move some heavy stuff. I mean, nothing too crazy. Today's my second high day. Still working with Chris. So Chris gave me 2 high days in a row. So that's about, I don't know, I think I'm about 500 plus grams of carbs. I don't really count that stuff. I mean, I just let all the diet handled over to him, and he just, you know, sends me the game plan and I just follow. So like I said, today's back. So I'm gonna start with some 1-arm dumbbell rows. And then after that, we're gonna do probably either some T-bar or some bent over barbell rows, just a heavy bent over compound movement. And then after that, we're gonna do some rack deads from below the knee. And then we're gonna do some pull downs. We're gonna do some face pulls. And we're gonna finish up with some rear delt flies on the machine. We're also gonna do a little bit of abs at the end, nothing crazy. Probably just some decline leg raises or some decline crunches. Keeping it simple. All right, let's get started. So now we'll just keep climbing up in the weight. Basically my first exercise, I always just pyramid up, all the way up to 1 or 2 max sets, depends how I feel that day. So I started out with the 60s, so probably go to the 80s next, see how these feel. Keep about 1.5 minutes in between each. Basically go by my heart rate actually. So I use my iWatch quite a lot whenever I train. So I know for myself, whenever my heart rate drops back down to about 115, it's usually when I'm good to go. So usually takes me about 1.5 minutes on these, so we'll wait and see. I never train back without my straps. If I do, it's because I forgot them and I keep thinking it's gonna be a shit workout. And even when using straps, you still wreck your hands. So I'll probably do either 2 or 3 more sets. We'll see how 100 feels and we'll go from there. I basically want to go up to a weight where 8 to 10 gets pretty damn tough. I don't want to gas myself out just yet, so I'm not going to throw in any drop sets or anything. Not yet. So yeah, I don't know. I'll still consider the 100 a warm up there. I wasn't anywhere near failure, so we're gonna go up to the 120s and we'll just work with those guys. Probably hit two good sets here. We'll move on to the T-bars. Oh, that's good. Watch your toes. Oh, it's running away. Oh. Yeah, that's some good weight. I love these old school dumbbells though. I don't like the newer ones that much.
The rubber ones?
They're all right, but I like how these feel, you know? You just feel like if you're moving some real poundage. Oh shit. Sanitize. There you go. Squeaky clean. All right, let's head downstairs because the T-bar is downstairs. We're not gonna use the chest supported one. Gonna go old school. This is mine? Yeah. My plate OCD. So this is like the exercise I see people do wrong all the freaking time. Drives me nuts. They're doing this and they're like half-ass standing up and all they're hitting is their freaking upper traps. You know, there's a reason it's called a bent over T-bar row. You need to bend over, actually use your back, not your arms and your traps. Yeah, we're gonna need some more weight. weight. All right, let's crank that up. I think we're gonna run out of plates. Holy fuck. That's it. And that's how it's done. It's a struggle just getting the plates off. Oh. Should have taken the elevator. No. So on this one, just get a few reps in, get a feel for the weight, and we'll just keep climbing until we find a weight that we're comfortable with for today. Actually, I shouldn't say comfortable, a good weight to work with. Don't really want to be comfortable. Oh, that's it. That's it. We'll crank that up a bit. That's it. Fucking murdered my pinkies. Okay. Rear delts, and then that's it. I see people do this one wrong. And, you know, well, not really doing it wrong. It's kind of set up in a weird way. So people sit down, and they're here. Then, okay, my bench is a bit too low, but I'd be a little bit higher. My hands would be out here, and I'd be pulling out. Yeah, you do get some rear delt, but you're gonna get a lot of rhomboids in there too. So what I usually tell people is anchor yourself in so that you can only isolate the rear delt. How do we do that? I usually tell them to stand in and then lean up against the pad as so, and then retract the scapulas. By doing so, the only thing that can really activate is the rear delt. So then I use my right leg because I'm right dominant. So set it up like that, kind of use it to brace myself. I lock myself in. Then rather than grabbing with a pronated grip, I go neutral and I think of pushing out with the outside of my palm here. Then I keep my head up in line with my spine, then all I do is I push out just like this. And that's it. So that was all rear delts, nothing else. That's it. So that wraps it up. Started with some one-arm dumbbell rows. So the one-arm dumbbell rows, nothing really specific. I just basically, you know, it's my first exercise, so I pyramid up until I find a weight that's a good working weight. Today's weight was 120s. I think on my last set I did 10, and then I did a single drop. So I dropped the weight once. I went down to 80, and then I banged out another 8 to 10. So I did that both sides, and then we headed downstairs. We did some T-bar rows. I've been kind of alternating in between bent over barbell and then T-bar rows. Today I felt T-bar rows, so I like to use 25-pound plates. Little tip, the 25-pound plates allow you to get a better range of motion, so you can really drag those elbows back. without necessarily bashing yourself in the chest with a 45-pound plate. And plus, with the 25s, it's nice whenever you want to do a drop set at the end. So basically, incremented the weight each set. Last set, I did a double drop on this one. So I stripped off 50, stripped off 50, and I'm pretty sure we did 888. So it's a pretty good drop set. And then after that, lower back was already kind of feeling it. So we went on to some rack deads and banged out 2 solid working sets of, I think on the first set I banged out 13. And then on the last set I did 12. After that, we went on to some lat pull downs. So on the lat pull downs, I like using individual grips. I connect pretty well with my lats, but I find that I connect better with my right side than my left side. So using the individual grips just allow me to actually focus a bit more on the left side as well. When I'm pulling down, a good trick is, I always imagine that, you know, I'm on stage hitting that back double, opening up my back, and then, just helps me visualize while I'm doing the exercise. So did those. Nothing fancy there, and I actually like putting them after rack deads because my lower back's jacked. Then on there, kind of get a good stretch throughout the back, so it's good, especially when I come up, kind of let the lats open up. And then after that, I did some face pulls in the lat pull down. So I actually got those from Ian Valliere. If I'm not mistaken, those come from Matt Jansen, but I'm not too sure. I just want to give credit where it's due. So, lock yourself in, lean back, face pulls in the lat pull down. So that's more of an upper back, rear delt exercise. So did 3 sets there, finished off with a double drop set. Then after that, I went on to the reverse pec deck. So as you guys saw, I gave you a few pointers there. Lock yourself in, really anchor it in. Use that back leg to really stabilize, drive your chest in, scapular retraction, then focus on pushing out with the palm. Isolate the rear delt. So another good tip that I didn't mention is, always imagine that you want to keep the palm, the elbow, and the rear delt all in line. That way when you're pushing back, it's all rear delt, nothing else, right? So stay within that plane of motion. And I finished off with a few partial reps. So partial reps, whenever the reps get too difficult to finish off, just shorten up the range of motion, half reps, quarter reps, just that extra little bit of tension makes a difference. And yeah, that pretty much seals it. So now, gonna cool down for a bit, finish up with a bit of abdominals. Nothing crazy, just probably gonna do some decline leg raises, and that's about it. I'll do 4 sets of those, 12 to 15 reps each, and then let my body cool down a bit, and then have a meal. So like I said, today's a high day, so it's gonna be 225 steak and 325 white potatoes post-workout, and then on with my day I go. Got 2 more clients lined up today, so it's a good day today. It's a good day. So just to recap, we're at Total Fitness in Embrun here. The address is 5 Forget Street, Embrun. And then I want to thank Travis from RobertsonFilms for making this happen. And then obviously thank the gym, and thank Iron Rebel for the sweet gear. Iron Rebel discount code Monette 10, MONET 10, so 10% off at checkout.